passer I've ever seen. He scores as many goals as anyone I've ever seen. Sorry, I'm going back to it again, aren't I?
He deserves to win the Pallone d'Oro like every year he won. People who says opposite, either they don't know football or they don't know what they're talking about.
I think him and Cristiano Ronaldo are the best players.
Yeah.
Okay, and the difference between them, both of them, is that Cristiano goes out there and his mindset is give me the ball in the areas where I can score a goal.
He's a goal scorer.
He's a goal
right
scorer.
up there.
Goal scorer. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's not bothered about being on the halfway line and playing at the rhythm of the game. He wants to be at the cutting knife edge of the game. Whereas Messi, you sometimes see him in a defensive midfielder position, picking up the ball, playing 1-2, just playing with the opposition, waiting for that moment, biding his time. He's involved in the rhythm of the game constantly. That's the difference between the two players. And then the guy's a magician. I mean, the size of him, he shouldn't be doing what he's doing, really. He shouldn't be. He's small. If you're going to build a player to come out of a machine, you're not going to throw Messi out there.
Messi is an absolute joy to watch. You very rarely see him have a bad game. Cristiano Ronaldo is exceptional, outstanding, but he can drift in and out of games, from time to time. He needs to be given the ball. Messi hunts the ball, looks for it, works hard for the team. That is the biggest difference between the two.
So not only is he a genius on the ball that toys with defenders and dribbles and twists and turns, but the critical stuff, the really efficient stuff that scores goals or assists goals, he does brilliantly as well. So as an attacking player, the most complete player for me in history. That's for sure what I've seen live. Without a doubt, that was an absolute
I mean, you can't talk about people that you've not seen, like the Pele, the Di Stefano, but I mean, and this is just a goal.
44 hat-tricks for club and country. This is liberty. It's out of order. That's too much.
I mean, we
50 goals 5 times in a season. Too much.
I mean, his goal numbers, they're up there with the best, aren't they? With they match kind of their goal a game thing of the very greatest players of all time in terms of obviously Ronaldo. We talked about the big, Brazilian Ronaldo as well, and then you look at obviously Maradona. I never thought I'd see a better player than Diego Maradona, but if you look at, it's not just the goal scoring numbers.
Currently, Messi has a goal or assist every 48 minutes. That's pretty. Bear in mind that every game is 95 minutes long. That's almost 2. Every single game. If we were talking like Premier League greats, Alan Shearer will still talk about a goal every 2 games, being that's what a great striker gets. He gets 2 every game. This is an insanity that there's even a debate to be had. If you look at the underlying statistics, look at XG, so expected goals, you can break that down into XG build, which is basically you reverse engineer from the final shot, and you award that number to all of the players involved in the chain of passes leading up to that. So it could go to the goalie if the goalie started the move and it got passed around. So you would expect that Luka Modric, the greatest of all playmakers, that's where he would excel. Yeah. So if you look at the big contenders, Messi, Salah last season, Ronaldo, because why wouldn't he be? Neymar and Hazard. So he got 0.7 XG build per 90. And we have, within that group, there's a 0.81. Mo Salah had the worst at 0.2 because he's not involved in the goal, because he's actually just scoring it. So you can't be involved in both of those things. So while Messi had the best actual finishing part, in XG build they remove the value of the final pass or the goal. So you can't be rewarded if you made the assist in XG build. And he still had a better than Modric, as well as having a goal assist every 48 minutes. Where's the argument?
No, but people then argue he hasn't won the World Cup, so Maradona, that's what people's arguments are. But I agree with you in longevity, to play at the top level in today's game, how quick it is, the pace of the game, to score the goals, the assists that he has to be in that conversation.
But all the best players play in this competition now. It's like a World Cup every year. That's where the best players play.
This competition has developed to the point where if you are the man that's been making them win multiple trophies, which he has over the last 10 years, then that puts you in that bracket anyway. I mean, we can talk World Cups. I think get the game changed, the modern game. This Champions League club competition is such a high level, and this man is at the middle of it every time they do. Well, every time he is the difference. They've had great players, but even amongst great players, he stands up even higher, which is not easy amongst Xavi, Iniesta, all these ones. He's the one that we all speak about at first glance all the time.
I just want to be in a training ground. I bet you there's stuff he does in a training ground that don't even get onto the pitch here that people go, wow. I mean, you speak to some of his teammates, current and ex-teammates, and they say some of the stuff he done there, you can't even talk about it. It's that good.
He's always been a team player. He doesn't play selfishly. These are other attributes that he has that, you know, he doesn't play act, he doesn't dive, he doesn't retaliate, and all round he's such a great example for football, and he sets such a good example for young children to follow. That there's so much to like about him.
We're lucky to have this, you know what I mean? And it's just to be here and marvel at it. And I just feel that we're lucky. Me and Frank were talking off air before. We feel lucky that we've actually been able to play with, and now we're being able to sit back and really enjoy and watch him. Because I don't think you can enjoy and watch when you're fighting for trophies against people like that, because you're jealous a little bit. You're envious at times. You want to be there instead of him. Whereas here now, I've got no problems with watching him and really going, you know what a player I'm witnessing.